In this video, I'm going to talk about the variable scope. So what is variable scope? Variable scope talks about the area of a scope, the place that that variable is declared. For example, here, this is a program that has a main function and has another function called add. So here inside this function, we have some variable, for example, variable a, variable b, variable sum. This three variable is just for this function. We cannot use these three variable outside this function. So basically we have two kind of variable, local variable and global variable. So this a and b and c, they are local variable. They are local to this function. And inside this main function, we have the variable output. This output variable is local to this main function. We cannot use this output variable inside this main function. They are local variable. So what is a global variable? A global variable is a variable that is not inside any function. It's outside the functions. For example, outside this main function, if I declare a variable int x equal to 12, here this x variable is a global variable. We can use this x inside this main function, inside this add function, everywhere throughout our program, because this is outside of any function. So if I print this function inside this main function, it will work correctly. So here I'm going to write printf x %d \n x. So let's comment out this code. We don't need them. So here I'm going to compile that. As you can see, x is equal to 12. Even if we use this x inside this add function, it will work correctly because this variable is a global variable. This is outside of all of the functions. It is not inside any function. So if we have a variable inside this add function, we cannot use that variable inside the main function because that variable is a local variable. So here, for example, I'm going to make a variable int y equal to 10. So I can't use this y variable inside the main function. If I use this y inside the main function, it don't work correctly. So let's try and see what will happen. I'm going to write here y %d and I put here y. Let's compile. As you can see, it returns an error. It said y undeclared. It said that this y that you use inside this main function, it is not declared. You have to declare the y. It didn't recognize that because this y variable just works inside this function. It doesn't work outside this function. So if we want to use the y inside the main function, we have to declare that inside this main function. So here I'm going to write int y equal to 20. So if I compile it, it will recognize this y that we declared. So here I'm going to compile it again. As you can see, y is equal to 20. It recognizes this y because we have defined that y here. Also, if we use any variable from the main function inside this add function, it will not recognize again. If, for example, if we use this output variable inside this add function, it don't work. So to sum up, we have two types of variable, local variable and global variable. Local variables are the variables that are inside a specific function and we cannot use them outside of any other functions. And global variables are variables that they are outside of the functions and we can use them everywhere throughout our program. So this is the information about the variable scope. See you next video and bye for now.